That series was so sick.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Welcome to the GSL. I'm Tasis, with me as Artosis. I think we saw one of the best of threes, quite possibly the best of three, actually.
Yeah, it definitely could have been. It was extremely high level the entire time. Yeah. And if Hotbit doesn't give that one 5 stars, the kid don't know what he's doing.
That was unbelievable.
Both of them actually
deserve.
So good.
Yeah.
They both deserve an A.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Not an A+, but an A. Both of them.
That was unbelievable play. But I can't believe how skilled their strategies were. But then, such relentless back and forth in that last one.
Yeah.
MVP was hanging on. Xenial made a few mistakes. Almost looked like he was going to come back.
He dropped too many times. When your drops start giving you less return than they were by a noticeable amount, that's when you actually stop dropping and start – because he still has to defend against him, so he can't move out. But you stop dropping and you start expanding and making more units. Yeah, you mass up your units and you need to kill his army one time then because you've already done so much damage. But it doesn't really matter. He was really far ahead. He still ended up taking it relatively easily, but that's just for you out there learning to play in that
Everybody backstage was like, that was so sick. That was so awesome. So really cool game back there. Definitely recommend that one to your friends, that whole series. Don't give them spoilers. Just tell them to check it out.
Yeah, it was great. But now we have a match that I'm actually very excited about because our poor Protoss player here, he got eliminated very early last time. I'm trying to remember who he lost to. I don't remember. Maybe it was Pult Prime with that Banshee timing.
We cast so many of these games. It becomes a blur.
Yeah, it was a while ago, the round of 64 in Season 1.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's not coming to me, but I thought it was Pult Prime with the Banshee timing. But anyways, he lost a match that we didn't think he was going to. We thought he was going to get really deep. He's a great player. He is OGS MC, Jungmin Chul, a.k.a. Iron from MBC Game in StarCraft 1. Very talented. He was actually just really rising up in StarCraft 1 right before he switched to StarCraft 2. Did really well on all the Star League qualifiers and all that. Very talented player.
And, of course, the StarCraft 1, former StarCraft 1 pro gamers are the ones that seem to be performing the best.
Yeah.
In Korea specifically, but also outside Korea. They're doing quite well, too.
Yeah. That's it.
Keep that in mind here.
It is StarCraft 2, Tasos.
It is StarCraft 2. It does have StarCraft in the name of the game, so must mean something.
It does.
But so we got 2 former StarCraft 1 pro gamers.
Now, Zergbong, a much older pro gamer, wasn't really that successful. More known as a 2 vs 2 player during the point of the time where Powerade.
He wasn't on set.
That's right. More known as a 2 vs 2 player for a lot of the time. I believe he partnered with Reach. Anyways, that's not very exciting. But he was a StarCraft 1 pro. He was obviously quite good at StarCraft 1. And let's take a look at these players.
Let's check it out. Here's the players now. We have these 2 guys are both so talented. I really am expecting a much better game from our player on the left, Zergbong.
That's right. Zergbong with a Zerg shirt on. Pretty cool.
We like stuff that rhymes. By the way, Zergbong, not named after what you think of. Actually, completely different. His name is now NesTea, but it's not what you're thinking.
Yeah. And then we have the Protoss player, and he is Jungmin Chul, a really great player. And I'm expecting to go really far. He's actually very scary.
Yeah, he's a very intimidating opponent. Of course, both these guys, it's going to be really exciting. I think one person who has experience on his side is going to be
Zergbong, more so, I think. He's been a pro gamer a lot longer. And, OGS MC, he is, he has good experience, more than most in this. But, I don't know. They're both very good players. I really feel like MC is the better player here.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So we're going to get this going in just a minute here. Another OGS player here.
That's right.
In our tournament. So many OGS guys here. Very exciting.
Maps here. Scrap Station Map 1, Lost Temple Map 2, Delta Quadrant Map 3. Scrap Station, of course, you can't be rushed early as Zerg. Lost Temple, a great map for ZVP overall. I think one of the most balanced ZVP-specific maps.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Delta Quadrant. It can be really close on the naturals. It definitely can. So I feel like if we get to the 3rd game, MC is going to do really well. And by the way, OGS MC, it feels like I'm saying my ABCs, man. Imagine if someone's ID was just like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, K, and it just keeps going, but they like switch like 3 or 4 letters, so like you can't just go into like auto mode.
Concentrate. By the way, some great fan art there from the fans. Of course, you can come down to the studio anytime you want. Well, actually, only when it's open, but I mean, any day.
No, you can come down then, too. You just can't come in.
Come sleep in the studio.
Yeah.
Bring your tent. No, come down whenever. And, we got games going. And you can come watch, for free. We don't charge admission fees. Of course, as you know, you might be watching live right now. It is, free if you tune in live. But we know that some of your friends might not be able to tune in live, whether it's because of their sleep cycle, they have jobs, stuff like that. Just recommend to them the premium service. It is a pretty good deal for the amount of hours of footage you're going to be getting.
It is. It's a good deal, man.
It really is.
Absolutely. I would do it.
We're going to get this going in just a minute here. It's a good thing you work here. You get it for free.
I know. I was going to say. They're like, wait, you don't do it? And I'm like, should I clarify that I get one for free?
We got both players have said that they're ready, so we're going to get this going. Now, in just a minute, it should be pretty cool.
Yeah.
2 old school StarCraft 1 players, now new school StarCraft 2 players.
That's right. It is time, Tasteless.
Countdown has begun.
Let's get going.
Let's get ready. Iron versus NesTea, formerly known as Zergbong, in a very exciting match here on the map, Scrap Station. Get ready.
They just won't start when
I know the Koreans just don't wind up when it sounds like they're.
It's ridiculous. All right. Who's this? Tell us, lady.
Tell us, voice, who could this be? Could it be an NesTea?
NesTea.
I was right.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Up here at the top left, controlling most of the top left of the map, to put it simply, we have very skilled player
OTS MC.
who was formerly known as Iron in StarCraft 1.
And, well, his ID is, he likes to use his name. He used to be known as Jungminchul. That's his actual real-life name. But now he's shortened that to add on the tag because OGS Jungminchul is like a ridiculous ID. And this is actually a somewhat weird ID, using initials like Tester does. But Koreans love to be known by their names because in StarCraft 1, that's how it went. Now with the more global StarCraft 2, we're using IDs a lot more because that's the way...
For the rest of the world seems to operate more with IDs. In fact, if you come to Korea and you ask somebody about Slayer's Boxer,
they
won't know who that is. But if you say Im Yo-han, they will.
Everyone, yeah. Well, let's see here. Sending that quick probe. Gateway over here. You can definitely hatchery first if you wanted.
Now remember, on this map, the ramp is very large, so it's tough to block off. So we see Protoss players oftentimes putting their gateway here, cybernetics core here. They want to make the entrance itself smaller.
That's right. You got to have a nice little choke there. And the probe looking to block the expansion, but doesn't really need to because a spawning pool and a geyser are being constructed. And, of course, an extractor, something I call the geyser sometimes because it's on a geyser. And 3 different names for the geyser taking structures. Sometimes it's just easier to call it a geyser.
It's not the easiest job in the world.
No. Mining gas is quite difficult.
No,
I know you're talking about commentating, Taste. I'm joking.
All right, we got the cybernetics core here. As you can see, making the entrance smaller, tighter, tougher for Zerglings to get in there.
Yep.
Not uncommon for Zergling to get pulled first in this map because since it is a one-on-one map, your opponent will know where you are right away, and you can get a probe here, make a pylon.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things about this map because, as you say, it's going pool first here can be quite good because speedlings are awesome on this map because it's a very long map. And it's also very open over on your opponent's side, so you can really force them to make a lot of buildings, as we see is going on here at the choke. But also, it's such a long map that oftentimes you can hatch first if you really want. So, I don't know. It's pretty interesting, the different strategies that you can get. You have the Zerglings now chasing this probe. Speed is being upgraded. The hatchery at the expansion is being made.
Now when speed does finish, that's going to be a moment where you can no longer move around the map as a probe. You stayed out past your curfew.
Yeah.
Now you die.
And, unfortunately, he's not a zealot. He's not going to come back as an immortal or a stalker.
No, not at all.
No, he's not. But
the
he
big
is a
question,
robot,
of course,
so
is
maybe...
really, do probes have souls?
No, they don't have souls.
That's the big question.
I think I answered that in StarCraft 1. Probes do not, in fact, go to heaven.
They don't? So no matter how bad you are as a probe, you can't go to probe hell.
No, you can't.
Important to know here. Now, nope. Over here at this location, see where the cell it is? This once large opening here has now been made into a tight hallway that only one zealot or one stalker at a time can fit through. He's going to go for the 3 warp gate. Potentially a timing rush, potentially
Yeah.
expansion safe build.
I think we'll be seeing an expansion here.
That seems to be more popular in Season 2.
Definitely. As a lot of people have been noticing, more and more expansion play in Season 2. And this will just continue as a trend throughout StarCraft 2's entire life. If we see, aggressive builds always dominating because of things like map length and defensive advantage, that means that there's something wrong. So, obviously, it's great to mix in aggressive builds, but at the same time...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
At the same time, as I was saying, expansions are where it's at. If you defend the aggressive build, then you're way ahead. So we see, though, we are going to see an aggressive build from MC.
Twilight Council here, too.
I like
Blink.
that. I think we'll definitely see Blink here.
Now, if he goes for Blink, remember, if you can get over the rocks through here, it's going to be really tough for the Zerg to deal with, especially if you got good micro or unit control.
Yeah. I'm excited to see exactly what he wants to do, though. It's Blink... I mean, on some maps, it's just simply amazing. This map, I'm trying to figure out exactly where he wants to try to do something scary. Or maybe he's just going to get charged. I don't think so, though. I would think Blink. Or a Dark Templar tech. It could be Dark Templar tech.
Damn it. Oh, I thought that was going to be a DT thing.
Oh, he is.
Ah, damn it. We were wrong.
All right.
We predicted late.
Yeah, I know. It's just some maps are really made for Blink to be really great on early, but this just doesn't seem like one of them. I can't really find a location where I'm like, oh, that's scary with Blink. Anyways, he is going to go DTs, going to pressure into DTs, and this looks like it's going to be very powerful because right now it just looks like a Warp Gate rush. We see a lot of Zerglings being made, a lot of Roaches being made, but no detection whatsoever. And if he just pops in 4 DTs suddenly, or even just a couple DTs suddenly, then he's going to reduce the numbers of Zerg units so substantially.
It's one of these things where he might be as caught...
an Overseer.
He might be as caught up as we are, but remember, he can actually try to snipe the Overseer, too.
Now, if he does lose the Overseer, if he notices getting sniped, he's going to think there's DTs on the way. So that's one thing you have to be careful of. All right, here comes some DTs. And we do have an engagement here. The Roaches hitting the Zerglings. Speedlings trying to run through a beautiful force fields. And it looks like this battle is definitely going to MC.
DTs are out now, but they can be seen. Both the DTs die.
Yeah, smartly targets some DTs. They do a ton of damage. A lot of Roaches coming up, though. And it looks like, once again, Zerg Bong, man, he is in trouble.
Zerg Bong, also known as NesTea, not in a good position. I don't know if... does not look like MC should actually continue to be making DTs, though, unless he actually does kill that Overseer.
Yeah, to make more DTs. I mean, they do a lot of damage, which is great, but he's made enough Roaches at this point. DT's not quite as scary against Roaches. And MC forced to go back. He did make Zerg... He did make NesTea make a lot of units, though. And that's good. He killed a lot of units as well, making that expansion now. But Zergbong has to be feeling pretty good. If we take a quick look at the unit counting station, we can see 40 drones against 32 probes. So definitely a decent position now for NesTea. Also, he already has Roach Tech, and Roach Tech is actually quite fine against Templar Tech. It's what you want to go.
Well, Protoss is expanding. It's a little bit late. They're going to break down the rocks here. One more set of rocks before he has pretty easy access to the front of the Protoss's base. This expansion from our Protoss might be a little bit late.
We also see a Hydralisk Den being constructed. And, of course, Roaches, you don't really want them alone. It's great to mix them in with other things like Zerglings and Hydras. But probably the bulk of his army will end up being the Roach. Now, I'm surprised he's not upgrading. Oh, we have Blink upgrading. We'll take a look at the production tab. And this is scary here for MC. If he gets out this early again, that is actually... Oh, poor kid. Oh, nice little wall right there, killing what is on this side.
He might not have enough to do that same quadruple force field again.
He really doesn't have a lot of energy on those those centers, rather. Oh, no, this is not good. It looks like these Roaches will be able to overpower. And MC, man, he's going bankrupt.
Yeah, this is bad. That timing attack, perhaps not the best choice to go for DTs. Unpredictable, but that's just not good enough. GG.
That's right. I love the blind Overseer from Zergbong. I tell you, that's
just
awesome.
Safe. It's just a safe
Yeah,
move.
it is. And Zergs don't really do that, so I understand why MC did this build. He probably, in practice, it worked out quite a bit. Because no one really gets a blind Overseer. It's not that common. You have to really kind of feel something's amiss.
Yeah, for
and,
sure.
you know, whether he did or he didn't, he made that Overseer, and it totally changed the game from what MC had planned. MC is now down 0-1 against Zergbong, and aka NesTea. And it's going to be hard for him to come back.
I didn't expect that game to look like that at all.
No, I thought that MC was a clear favorite here. He's a great player. He's ranked so high. He's got the credentials to back it up. In the Practice House OGS, he is dominating the ranking leagues, and we've seen OGS has some great players. And on the other hand, Zergbong, lackluster performance last season. Hasn't really been doing that much.
He's been doing he's looking better now.
Yeah, no.
I'll give him that much, man.
It was a solid defense, very solid and safe play, and I appreciate that more than anything else. Someone that plays solid and safe. He says, DTs can be here now. I got to be ready. All right.
We got to be ready, too, because the game
right.
is about to start. Let's get ready for game number 2 here. NesTea, also known as Zergbong, against OGSMC, formerly known as Iron.
That's right, Jesus. Make your Overseer.